Hi there, it's another great day. Happy to see you as always. Today, my goal is to teach you how to find other people's stories, mainly stories from your aging relatives. Trust me, I know this isn't an easy job, and if you've ever tried, you know it too. But if you just tweak your approach a little bit, I assure you it is worth the effort. So, here's how to get grandma stories before they're gone. The first key to getting a relative to share their story is to keep it casual. You may work well under pressure, but grandma probably does not. Pick a time when everyone is just hanging out, maybe over dinner, maybe in the post dinner afterglow. Don't make a big deal of it. As far as your relative knows, this is just another conversation. And whatever you do, do not take out a voice recorder or a video camera. Unless your relative did some reality TV in the past, that's likely to shut the stories down. Just actually, this is a novel thought, use your ears and really listen. You'll get better stories that way. The second thing I want you to think about is to ask better questions. If you've ever tried to find stories before and were unsuccessful, this is likely where you went wrong. You said something like, "Grandma, tell me about the Great Depression." And what did Grandma say? She said, "I don't know, it's good." And you were mad because she didn't tell you all of her wonderful stories. That was your fault, not Grandma's. You were asking a bad question. Here's the advice that was given to me by my mentor, Donald Davis, when finding old stories. Our memories, which turn into stories, attach themselves to the nouns in our life, to the people, the places, the things, the events. For example, ask your relative who their childhood best friend was. I can guarantee once Grandma starts talking about little Margot Sue who lived across the street, you'll get all sorts of stories about the mischief they got into. Or ask about a place. Tell me about your childhood home, Grandma. Stories will emerge of things that happened in that home. Or one of my favorite questions to ask my grandparents was, "How did you meet Grandma or Grandpa?" I loved hearing the story of how my dad's dad stole my grandmother away from another man's birthday party when it was that guy's birthday. You know, the day you meet your spouse is an event people remember and recount for a lifetime, and it's a great place to start your story search. And once you get started, you'll notice that the stories just keep coming. Okay, so see, I told you it'd be quick and simple. A few simple tips to getting stories from your loved ones. And actually, before I leave you, I want to tell you why this is particularly important to me, why I really want to encourage you to take this on yourself. When I was in 8th grade, I had an ongoing assignment in my English class to interview family members who lived through the various eras in American history. For the Great Depression, I interviewed my mom's dad. For World War II, I interviewed my mom's mom, etc. Now, if I hadn't done that assignment, I never would have heard about the time that my mom's father was walking home from grade school in the middle of the winter and was actually chased by a bear. And the only way he was able to get home safely was he had the Sears Roebuck catalog with him, and he started ripping out pages and lighting them on fire to scare the bear away. I guess this is what it was like to live in northern Minnesota during the Great Depression. If I hadn't done that assignment, I never would have known my grandparents fell in love in a laundromat in the Deep South right before my grandfather went off to World War II. They fell in love in an instant and stayed in love for a lifetime. You know, my grandparents are gone now, all of them, and their stories are gone with them, except for the ones they told me. Stories I took the time to ask for. Now a couple of papers I wrote for 8th grade English assignments are some of my most treasured memories, stories of who I am and where I came from. So it is my hope that you will accept this assignment. And though I won't be grading you, I hope that you find stories you can cherish for a lifetime. All right, that's all for now. Remember, you are just one story from greatness, and I hope to someday get to hear yours. We'll talk to you soon.